One day, the Norse god Thor decides to venture across the Pacific Ocean in effort to explore and conquer new territory. While on his way, he stops by in Greece and convinces the Greek god Dionysus to come along with him, knowing that he can help him by using his magical wine to get the Pacific Islanders all drunk and hostile to the point that they'll end up annihilating each other. This would give Thor and Dionysus the ideal opportunity to snatch the land right out of their hands without shedding a single drop of blood of their own. This, of course, is what they hope would happen on their journey.
Nevertheless, many days passed until after a long, drawn-out voyage in the Pacific Ocean, Thor and Dionysus finally landed in the Hawaiian Islands, on the shores of Big Island of Hawaii, on a warm, sunny day. They soon met the Hawaiian god of war, Ku.
Hey, what are you guys doing here on my land? You better leave right now, otherwise I'm gonna spear you guys right in your ocoles.
What's an akole?
It's that place on your body where the sun doesn't shine. So who are you two mahus anyway?
What's a mahu?
Mahu? Do you mean our mothers?
No, lolo idiots. Mahu are men that are sweeter than a mango and dressed like a woman.
Oh, you mean like the dress you're wearing right now?
Hey, don't laugh. This is not a dress, Lolo. This is called a malo. This is the Hawaiian men's latest fashion. There's nothing sweet about me either. My name is Ku Ka'ilamoku. I am the god of war, god of prosperity, god of the deep forest, god of the mountains, god of the dry and wetland farming, and god of fishing. So who are you two fools?
My name is Thor, and I'm god of war, thunder and strength. I destroy enemies of the gods with my hammer. And no, I'm not a mahu. Perhaps you are a little manic depressive at times.
And I am his partner in crime. The god of fertility and wine.
Coincidentally, it just happens that Ku has the mystical powers to sense deception. He becomes very angered with both Thor and Dionysus when he soon perceives their mischievous plot of taking his land away from him and his people. Nonetheless, Ku maintains his composure as he prepares to launch his own scheme just to teach these guys a lesson. Later in the evening, Thor and Dionysus invite Ku over to drink wine. However, as they began pouring him wine glass after glass with the intention of getting him drunk, Ku would turn to them and directly ask them,
Well, I hope you guys aren't trying to do something foolish, like getting me drunk and take advantage of me and my people, now would you?
Oh, no. What makes you think we would do something like that?
Don't worry, Ku. Just chill with us and continue sipping my magic creation, which I call Nectar of the Gods. My wine can do many wonders, you see, but you must indulge in the merriment, or chuck it down, as you were, in order to reap its benefits. Once you reach a certain point of utopia, as high as you can get, you will never tell a lie. All the aesthetically challenged or ugly women will appear like goddesses right before your eyes, and the more you drink, the more your voice will utter with divine eloquence.
Oh, by the way, I just had this funny premonition of you guys trying to take my land away from me and my people. Silly, huh? Just imagine though if you guys were actually planning such a scheme. I would hate to shrink another pair of heads as I did with these people who deceived me in the past.
As Ku points to the collection of his shrunken heads, immediately all of Thor and Dionysus' schemes to exploit Ku and his people completely vanishes from their minds, as they fear that the thought of getting their heads shrunken at the expense of their greed. Eventually, Ku is able to make peace with Thor and Dionysus as he taps into his alter ego, which is a side of him that reflects a god of good nature.
Yes, Ku could have easily gone to the extreme to have both Thor and Dionysus' heads shrunken and added to his prize collection. but instead he decides to give these gods the opportunity to change their Western ways of thinking, which they believe, in order to prosper, they must exploit mankind along with their environment. Knowing that this Western ideology will cause nothing but social and economic strife in the future, Ku makes an attempt to shed some light into the minds of Thor and Dionysus by sharing his valuable Hawaiian concept.
Hey, I want to share with you guys something very important in regards to living a very prosperous and peaceful life through the Hawaiian concept of pono, which means righteousness. It's only through pono that we are able to maintain harmony with God, humans, and the environment. The Hawaiians use what is called the lokahi triangle to symbolize the balance between these elements. We Hawaiians believe that the aina, or land, is our chief, and man and its servants, where you Westerners believe just the opposite. Our Hawaiian motto is Ua mau ke ia o ka aina I ka pono. This means the life of the land is perpetuated in righteousness. We must always malama, or take care of the land. You must never abuse the land and its resources. Whatever you take, you must put back. Always show aloha aina, love for the land. If you don't take care of the land, it will not take care of you. It's as simple as that. This is what living in pono is all about.
Wow, that's righteous.
No, that's Pono.
It's all the same. Pono is righteousness. So I ask that you please share my concept throughout the Western world so they too can live a balanced lifestyle that is filled with joy and happiness. Remember always to live in pono. Without it, your life would be filled with chaos and endless despair. With this message, I wish you both a pleasant journey back to your homelands. A hui ho and aloha.
Later!
I'll drink to that.
Unfortunately, Thor and Dionysus disregard Ku's message, and for that, the Western world now faces a life filled with selfishness, greed, corruption, and despair. Life will always remain this way as long as there is no sense of righteousness, and that, of course, my friends, could only be achieved by living in a state of righteousness through pono.